Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. If you are into coins, if you are into banknotes, and if you are into stamps, you have come to the right video. I'm going to slide the coins off as you've probably seen those before, but those were your regular quarter, half dollar, and dollar bicentennial coins. But have you ever seen something like this? These are $2 bills that have a stamp on them in a seal from the post office. Do you guys know why they would do that? These are what's known as the first day issue stamps. So what you could do when these first came out was you could pick them up from your bank, then go to your post office, and they would put a stamp on them as well as seal them. So that would commemorate that you got these $2 bills on the very first day they came out. Of course, you've probably seen 1976 $2 bills before, but you probably haven't seen them with these first day issue stamp on them. These will sell for a premium, which is what we'll talk about in today's video, as well as some other details on the first day issue $2 bills. But first, let me give you a little bit of background on the channel. Some of the recent videos that I've done, I made a video about the 1999 New Jersey state quarters, in which we looked at two different types of proof coins, a silver proof and a copper nickel clad proof, as well as a painted state quarter. Another recent video was the 1980p Washington quarter error video, the 1976 special mint set, rare US dollar bills, the 1935 Hawaii overprint. There is a very special video, so if you like this one, you might like the Hawaii overprint as well. So that's what we're doing here on the Big D Coins channel. I try and post a video every day at 5 p.m. Do my best to stick to that regular schedule. Now let's get back into these $2 bills that you see in front of you right here. So the first day issue, quite an exciting day, and pretty cool to imagine that people were picking these up and then physically bringing them down to their post office to actually get them stamped. So on April 13th, 1976, the Treasury Department reintroduced the $2 bill as part of a cost-saving measure. So previous to the $2 bill, they had actually paused, previous to the 1976 $2 bill, that actually paused for a little while and hadn't made any $2 bills. So the previous to the 1976 $2 bill was the 1963. Now what's different about the 1963 compared to the 1976 is that the 1963 will say United States note at the top and will have a red seal. Now the 1976 was the first time that the $2 bill was a Federal Reserve note. So I don't really want to go into too much details about that in today's video, just want to really stick to the first day issue. But if you're interested in learning more about the Federal Reserve notes versus United States notes and United States silver certificates, I've got plenty of other videos to share that with you. Now let's get back to this right here. So on April 13th, 1976, the United States Treasury Department started to release these ones right here. The Obverse Design remains basically unchanged since 1928 and features the same portrait of Jefferson. A green Treasury seal and a serial number replaced the red used on the previous United States notes. Now, this is a Federal Reserve note. What we're looking at before is a United States note. Since the reissuance, the bill coincided with the United States Bicentennial. However, it was decided to use a bicentennial themed design on the reverse, although the bill was not issued specifically because of the bicentennial. So the bicentennial issue reverse, flip it over right here, and this is what we see on the back. So it's an engraved rendition, not the exact reproduction of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So that Declaration of Independence signing on the back right here, that replaced Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home. So previous to 1976, we had Monticello or Monticello on the reverse right here. Then starting in 1976 and all the way till today, we've got the signing of the Declaration of Independence on the back. The first day issue of the new $2 bills could be taken to the post office and stamped with the date April 13, 1976. In all, the mintages of these 1976 $2 bills were quite high. So there are 590,720,000 of these $2 bills that were produced. Currently, Stamped 1976 $2 bills typically trade for about twice their face value. So that's about what I paid for these right here. You can buy them at your local coin shop if they've got any in inventory, or you can purchase them on eBay as well. If the bills were stamped in a city with an unusual name, the value might be slightly higher. So check out the city that I happen to get right here, probably the most common city of them all as far as $2 bills. This one is New York, New York. And the one in the back right here, I believe, it's hard to see the city on it, but I think it's Miami, Florida. It's definitely Florida, so I think that part right there says Miami. So these are probably two of the more common cities. New York, New York definitely is, as that's one of the most popular cities in the entire United States. It is the most popular city in the entire United States. So chances are there are a lot of New York stamps that are floating around out there. Despite their age, crisp, uncirculated 1976 $2 bills are not uncommon and not particularly valuable. More than 500 million of these were produced, as I mentioned. So the notes were produced in such a large amount, and combine that with the fact that these were the first year that they came out, so people hoarded the original issue ones. A typical uncirculated 1976 $2 bill is only worth slightly above face value. If it's circulated at all, it most certainly is only going to be worth $2. Now, as far as if these coins are actually, if these dollar bills are actually worth anything because of their stamp, they are still worth something. And that's because the United States government is the one that actually defaced these $2 bills. So that's why you can still bring them to a bank and actually turn them in for $2 if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because they'll be worth about twice as much as their face value. Now, as far as the other issues of the Bicentennial 1976 that came out, we have the Washington Quarter. We'll just take a look at these ones very quickly because you have probably seen these before. These are much more common than the $2 bills. We had the Bicentennial Drummer Boy Quarter. We had the Kennedy half dollar, which shows Independence Hall on the reverse. And we had the Apollo 11, or Apollo 11, I believe, dollar coin right here commemorating the Liberty Bell and the moon landing. So started out the country with the Liberty Bell, and then we're landing on the moon back in 1976. So very cool coins that came out as part of the Bicentennial series. And now I can add this first day of issue $2 bill to my collection of Bicentennial memorabilia and coins and papers and everything else. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hopefully you found this a little bit fun, a little bit informative, and we're introduced to a new feature of the $2 bill that you might not have known before. Thank you very much, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy, everyone.